Cicada から連絡はあったか?
Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Anonymous Code. And no, I don't think Cicada has contacted us, but there is reason for them to contact us because we have completed their quest. We have saved, I guess, hundreds of lives, maybe? Let's go with that. I am very distracted by Win doing his weird bouncing animation, but yes, we have definitely saved the plane and the people and the day overall. It definitely took a few tries, a few different routes, but we got it all figured out. A very interesting one, that is for certain. And now, where do we go from here? That's a little hard to say because that whole plane hijacking wasn't the only bit. The co-pilot was also in on it with the Vatican, I believe. He was definitely a bad guy. He basically went on that plane ready to die, going down with the plane, or I guess through suicide. So that was an interesting little twist to really tie up that whole quest with a big old bow or something like that. But now here we are, going forward, we know a little bit more, or at least we were told a little bit more by Momo about this whole situation. A lot of it went over my head, but it's in regards to, I guess, her name and where she comes from with that whole, whatever it's called. Honestly, there's been a lot thrown around here, and it's been so hard to grasp onto, but it'll come up again, I'm sure. So we got a little bit from that. I think the idle cops and hopefully the police are a little bit more on our side, and we're kind of trusting our I don't know if you want to call them allies, but we're definitely trusting our resources a lot more. Those that are willing to help out and give us information and resources overall, I guess. So there is that. But we are back here, ready to go, I guess, for whatever Chapter 4 now has in store for us. But first, I definitely want to throw some more stuff into the old game of life here. I pulled up the Wikipedia page for it because it definitely gives you like some, examples, I guess. There's like the ones that'll never change, which we've seen some of the designs that have thrown out kind of like turn into, like, no matter what happens, this is basically how it will always be for them moving forward. See, nothing happens to them because it's just a constant life and death. There's just nothing that's visibly going to change there based off of the rules. But then, if we go for the oscillators, these are interesting ones because there's life and death, but after every life cycle, they'll, return to the state that they were in. It's a little faster than what Wikipedia is showing in their little GIF, but funny nonetheless. Then there's some like really freaky ones. This one actually looks pretty interesting to me. I don't know what state we have to start it in, but I think if we do it like this, let's see. Yeah, so there's like a connector of some sort that will die and come back after every cycle. It's pretty interesting there. Now somebody, or actually I think two people may have told me in the comments now, definitely not ignoring it. I've read it. I just, I don't know how to approach it. If you put the design that Momo has on her face in here, you get like an achievement or something, I think. So if I look at her design one more time, I might be able to recreate it here, unless we actually have to have it get created through life cycles here in the game of life. Not really sure there. All right, we can just erase all that. I just wanted to show it off again. If you guys have any, design ideas or whatever, throw them my way. The whole game of life thing is so cool. I really dig it.
Yeah.
I checked the messages with Cicada 3301 in them, but none of them looked like the real deal. Yeah, we're also getting a whole lot of messages and all that. We're definitely living the famous life, if you will. There was no way that he would ignore someone who'd completed a quest. And honestly, remember what I was saying in the previous episode? There was no way that this quest was going to get completed without the methods that we took. Having predetermined knowledge or pre-obtained knowledge in order to go back and approach this the correct way. We had to know what was going to happen in order to go about it. So why are these quests happening in the first place? I mean, come on, it's obvious that they're trying to seek out the one person that is able to pull this shit off. Okay, so that's the design that she has. So it looks like I don't know. We need to have her like face slightly to her right or left or whatever, to our left. Momo looked kind of down though. She must have been worried. Her goal was to save the world, and she believed Cicada was its savior. It was no surprise that she was upset that our efforts weren't paying off. I felt like I had to say something. Shit, I had no idea how to cheer girls up.
Momo.
Oh, we have a message. Hey, it's actually from a domain of Cicada 3301. But wasn't part of the name like made up? I mean, it was obviously Cicada, but was it also the 3301? Like, was that official? Speak of the devil. Well, what do we got here? Yeah, what is he saying? Also, I forgot to throw out that I am still feeling somewhat under the weather, so if my commentary sucks, or if I suck, or whatever, a part of it's going to be me, a part of it's going to be, you know, me feeling under the weather. I mean, it is what it is. Surprised by the sudden change in Momo, I sent the message to everyone here.
Cicada? これってマジでCicadaなの？
本物だって証明できればな。奴は連絡先を公開してないだろう。
ああ、そっか。
I feel like it'd make more sense for him to like, or whoever they are, to approach us physically. How would Cicada prove this was him?
これを見ろ。
4ちゃんに投げたのか?
That was what I thought at first, but the poster was...
Cicada の投稿じゃん。しかも超最新の。
この投稿の IP アドレスは、ハイハックの時と同じものだ。つまり。
Ah.
俺に連絡してきたのは、Cicada本人で間違いないってことか。
Oh yeah, things are about to get so freaky. We all know what an IP address is, but it is short for Internet Protocol Address, and it refers to a set of numbers that identify the communicating parties using the Internet Protocol Communications Protocol. We all have an IP address. All of us watching this video are utilizing an IP address.
直でメッセージ来ちゃうとかやばすぎ。
そりゃ、史上初の快挙を成し遂げた男だからな。
I feel like we're about to get really freaked out here. Like, yeah, we're definitely hyped up, like we, you know, are able to get in contact with them and all that, but I'm sure that whatever's about to pop up here is going to really throw us back down to earth. I also felt like something was crawling up my leg just now and it freaked me the fuck out. I opened the message and looked inside. I expected a bunch of coordinates or an address we could use to reach him and then find a way to save the world.
Huh?
Oh, interesting. It's just straight to the point. We will be keeping a close eye on you to assess whether you are the one we need. Good luck. Yeah, I don't know. A close eye. So they don't necessarily know if we actually possess this loading and saving, or at least some sort of ability that, you know, lets us understand the entire situation before it happens. First, I was only 9th in the rankings, and then Cicada himself told me to do better. I guess that's what we get to look forward to for a little bit, just doing more quests. And now Momo looked bummed out again. Man, what the hell? I let out a huge sigh, and a wave of fatigue hit me. My head was kinda hazy, probably because I had been through the high hack a whole bunch of times.
How
to meet Cicada, the whole thing with the Holy Office, 513, etc. So the USA's NSF officially abandons project to rebuild the what now? The Arecibo Observatory, which collapsed in 2020. Is that something we learn about in robotics notes? Honestly, I've been looking at the years every time just to see if they match up with something from a previous game, because I know that's where I missed references. Jumping into Steins Gate, having had played Chaos Head, jumping into Chaos Child, haven't played Chaos Head, stuff like that. But let us see a little bit more about that observatory. an observatory located in the USA's Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Completed in 1963, the Arecibo telescope had a diameter of 305 meters, making it the largest radio telescope until the 500-meter Aperture Spherical Radio Telescope, the FAST, was completed in China in 2016. In August 2020, one of its supporting cables snapped, with the same thing happening to the main cable in November of the same year, creating a large crack in the main mirror. Finally, in the subsequent December, the 900-ton platform fell, breaking off the tops of the support towers and destroying the telescope completely. It was dismantled in the years that followed, but plans to rebuild it are being floated around. Okay, I don't think that's something that'd be brought up in robotics notes, I'm gonna be honest.
いえ、私はこれ以上は。
遠慮なんかするなって。ここが一番安全だ。
I know we don't know anything here, or at least Pollon doesn't, but yes, there are people on the lookout for her yet again, and this time it's quite literally religious people.
ですが、
ポロン、
Which,
お前はどうするんだ？
again, really confuses me, but I guess it somehow fits in with the Science Adventure series, according to comments that I've received.
あ、いや、別に変な意味じゃなくて。
I left Symphony, and Cross and Wind followed.
分かってると思うが、彼女を助けると決めたのはお前だ。責任持って面倒を見てやれよ。
Hey, you know, at the end of the day, it is actually really fascinating to see that he is getting more and more comfortable talking to a real woman.
は？さっきと言って
Which
る
is
こと
kind of
違う
like
じゃん。
what started all of this shit. First, he told me to leave her, and then to look out for her.
二人きりで一夜を明かしたかったのか？
そんなんじゃないし。
高岡くん、しっかりね。
Takaoka. All right. I got that down. I was actually struggling in the last episode. I don't know if that was cut out or not. Like, I don't... Honestly, now that I'm like cutting up my Let's Plays a little bit more, whenever I have a very embarrassing moment, I can maybe just get rid of it. Cross and Wind put their hands on my shoulders like they were offering encouragement. And then without explaining a thing, they just walked away.
なんなんだ。
Let's go back and talk to Momo. I was worried about Momo, so I figured I'd just spend the day somewhere close by. But that would be enough, right? I mean, if something happens, I'm pretty sure we have a load slot that was where I wanted to save at the end of the previous episode.
あと5分。
Wait, what are we doing? Okay, yeah, so now we're saving. Cool. It was the afternoon of the day after the high hack. I was right in front of the building. Symphony was inside. Oh, there's more news, and I just missed the start of it. Last night, I had suddenly asked Momo to meet me here at 1 p.m., but
どこ行けばいいんだよ。
feeling kinda worried, I reminded myself why I'd set this up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read that news now. What do we got going
相
on
崎
here,
さんを夕
boys?
飯に誘ってないってどういうこと？
なんで誘うんだよ。
I mean, they literally told us to, like, give her the day.
ずっと元気なかったじゃん。高岡くん、気づかなかったの？
そりゃ分かってたさ。
Man, I guess Win really is the ladies' man
チケ
here.
ーダの返事がいまいちで落ち込んでただろ。
落ち込んでる子がいたら励ましたり気分転換させなくちゃじゃん。
Okay, like, honestly, I get giving her some time alone, but yeah, I mean, definitely gotta treat her out, too.
やっぱりずっともで彼
Get her
女作
some
ったら
dinner. Get her a gift or something.
いろんな子がいて勉強になるし心置きなくイチャつけるから。
Let's not do
めっちゃ
any
お
of
すすめ
what
だよ。
Wind is suggesting here, though.
相崎さんっぽい性格の
Let's not
子
do
を
that.
探してあげよっか。練習になっていいでしょ。
It's basically just dating a VTuber.
私も。
照れたヨミちゃんは何回見ても可愛いよ。
Can we stop with, like, the weird-ass flirting that we're doing over a call here?
ずっともやるでしょ。
It's a little weird.
いや、俺はちょっと。夕飯なら今から誘ってみるよ。
ダメダメ。上司はこんな時間にご飯食べたりしないって。
What? What? You are dumb. Everybody eats at whatever time of the day. Everybody's literally different. It's not like a male-female thing.
デートに誘うべきだね。
デート？
相崎さんを放って
Remember
おい
when
た
we
次
had a
は
serious
倍
vibe?
にして償わなくちゃ。デートのお誘いは当日 NG だからね。
なあ。
I mean, you actually can arrange a date for the same day, but, like, I think there has to be a sense of comfortability with that. Oh, I wonder how this will go. Getting fired up was fine and all, but...
ポロンさん、
Hey, yo.
おお来たか
Date time.
死刑だの手がかりを見つけたって本当ですか？
嘘をついて呼び出したのか？
Ah, brother in Christ, no.
仕方ないだろデートに誘ったら断られたんだ
If I hadn't lied, she would have just stayed at Symphony.
これは嫌われちゃうね。確実に。
マジで
今何か言いましたか？
No, no, ignore that. That's just the Discord call.
いやーこっちの話
こっち？
謝るなら早い方がいいと思うよ。
これは俺のデートなんだ
Why are they even
Oh,
here? This is just gonna make it worse. I turned on the grapper I had at my side.
モモ後ろに乗れ手がかりがある場所まで連れてく
Yeah, let's just drive around and make it up.
手がかりはどこで手に入れたんですか？
えそれは言えないんだ
では
This is
内容
terrible.
については
As a compulsive liar, I can actually, argue here that lying is bad. And it just it basically lies, they stack on top of each other. And the pieces get more and more fragile and fucked up. And so do the pieces that you've already stacked. And everything will eventually crumble down. I'm also not a compulsive liar, I'm just an idiot.
ポランさん？
ついてから説明するよ
そうですか。
Nothing like the old 3 periods, ellipses, or whatever, humming and sighing and just being silent and awkward, yeehaw. Under the clear sky, golden sunlight speckled the waves. They shone brilliantly. We were at a park in Odaiba. The water in the bay of Tokyo wasn't especially clear, but the place was a tourist hotspot and a great choice for dates. It was good, but
そろそろ教えてもらえませんか？
Momo didn't even know this was supposed to be a date, so she didn't pay pay the surroundings any mind.
まずはこの景色を楽しまないか
Yeah, why we're here.
はい。
Why or
言
while.
いにくいことだったとしても遠慮しないでください。真実を知る覚悟はできてます。
Crap, I couldn't lie any longer. She was gonna hate me, but I had to tell her. I felt like I should have told her I lied before we got this far. Then we could have just had a nice walk around Nakano. Now I was gonna be the guy who took a girl to a date spot just to admit that he was full of shit. How uncool was that? Unless during this lovely date, that's when our goon with the big-ass Monogatari cross shows up. Damn it. There was no point regretting it, but man did I regret it. I cleared my throat and focused before looking directly into Momo's eyes.
実は嘘だったんだ手がかりを見つけたっていうのモモを外に連れ出したくて落ち込んでるみたいだったから気分転換させたかったんだ
Honestly, I do see things working out in some sort of way here. Because, just to keep up the flow of crazy shit happening at every fucking turn in this game, I'm sure something is gonna happen today. We're gonna have to reload because tragedy will strike. And, well, we'll have something to show her. We'll be ready that time.
自分でも最低なことしたと思ってる本当にごめん
そんな気がしてました。
え？
ポロンさんの様子変だったので。
Aren't we always? Let's be real here.
そっか
でもお気遣い嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
We don't know much about Momo. We just recently learned her name and kind of her background, her mission to save the world, and all this, really weird religion shit going on. But I will say, she's a nice character to have around. Momo's expression seemed to soften up, which helped me relax a little. Looks like I didn't mess up by bringing her here.
すみません。心配させてしまって。
Ah, it's all good.
謝るなよ
There's just other things going
当
on.
然だと思うし
Just not really important things. Just silly guy things. Considering what had happened these past few days, it would have been weird if she was totally fine. Momo was really pushing herself. I heard kids making noise in the distance. I looked in the direction of the sounds and saw a family walking through the park. They were having fun. Seeing them reminded me, around here was...
300に便が落ちてたかもしれないんだよな
The news said that people living in and around Odaiba had been told to evacuate. I had loaded so many times, I forgot when I saw that, though.
私、ビジョンで見ました。
I mean, I saw it. Yeah, Momo saw it. You know, it's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, she saw the bad ending. So I think I was going to bring that up actually in the previous episode, but I just didn't. But yeah, she straight up saw what would have gone down.
大きな爆発が起きて、辺り一帯が燃え上がって、ここがそうだったんですね。
俺たちが救ったんだ。この場所も。
Yeah,
ここ
fuck
に
the
いた人
Gaia.
たちも。
Fuck the Gaia that probably showed that shit happening too.
ポロンさんに、
Oh, wait, what's going on?
いえ、
No, fuck, they do not fucking tug my balls
お
like that.
話ししたいことがあります。
Oh, okay, everybody. I could tell that she'd used her BMI to start a call. She let out a sigh. She prepared to say something clearly hesitant. She struggled for a while before finally opening her mouth.
私の仲間が殺されたんです。
What?
バチカンで、エージェントたちの手によって。
Ah. This was before she snuck on over here. The words were so unexpected that they just about winded me. I heard Cross and Wind gasp too.
日本へ来る直前のことでした。彼らは世界を救いたいと願っている私に手を貸してくれたんです。終末に反対する反終末派の人たちでした。ほんの数日の付き合いでしたけど、同じ理想を持つ本当に素晴らしい仲間だったんです。
Yeah, and you know, her feeling the way that she does and her sense of like, I don't want to say impatience, but she really wants to find that answer, to find the result soon. I don't know if you could say it's for avenging them, but the goal, the fire, and everything is stronger than ever for her.
私が日本へ来るために彼らの力を借りなければ。
Nah, don't say that. I had only met Momo 3 days ago. Why is the background blurring? What's going on here? I didn't know when she'd come to Japan, but it couldn't have been more than a day or two before we met. That meant that it hadn't even been a week since she'd lost her buddies. Was that why she had suddenly started crying back at the park?
全員殺されたってのか。エージェントの連中に。
少なくとも6人は目の前で。
Ah, oh, even fucking better. Jesus Christ.
残りの3人は無事なのかどうかもわかりません。
俺たちは自分たちのことも守れる。
But I can kind of see why she doesn't want protection and why she was hesitant from the beginning of actually being the one who would ask for the help. Because she didn't want a repeat of what just fucking happened.
モモは何も心配しなくていいんだ。
I believe that from the bottom of my heart. Momo didn't seem to agree, though.
誰かを亡くしたのは初めてじゃないんです。これ以上ポロンさんたちを巻き込みたくありません。
Now we're involved. We are so involved, you have no
こ
idea.
れからは私一人で行動します。
No, that's not happening.
今の話を聞いて放っておけるわけないだろ。行けよ。でも俺たちはシケーダを追うのをやめない。クエストが続くなら参加し続ける。
I don't like this, guys, honestly, because we know, Pollon doesn't, none of these guys know, that Momo is now targeted, like she is high up on that
だ
list.
から
She is
気
next.
が変わったらいつでも
We
帰っ
have
てこ
some
い。
goons coming to Japan with a weird vengeance. She didn't
ポロ
respond.
ンさん、皆さん、今までありがとうございました。
With heartfelt gratitude, she bowed, and then walked away from me.
行っちゃったね。
ポロン、引き止めずによく耐えたな。
俺だってガキじゃないし。
I would.
そうか。
God damn.
うーん
I'd be so fucking stubborn. Actually, I'd impressed myself by seeing her off the way I did. If Cross hadn't said anything, I might have caused a scene.
モモ頑張れよ。
The reason why I'd be so stubborn is because we know the danger. Us, the viewer, we know the fucking danger. We are not the danger. I gazed out at the winter sea for as long as I could endure the chilly ocean breeze. God damn. I wish I wasn't as
Lucio.
under the weather as I currently am. It is so hard to speak. Search for Lucia is what Asuma said? Oh, Asuma's the kid. Okay.
いや、相崎桃を検索。
With the guy at QCDC's spherical monitor open beneath him, Asuma Soga delivered a command. The next moment, the QCDC's quanta began operating at unimaginable speeds. All of this looks really freaky. That's really all I can say. It's a lot. The Earth Gaia simulated was about as detailed as reality itself. Examining every inch of it necessitated an overwhelming amount of work, and yet the supercomputer could do it, or can do so in mere seconds.
ガイア内に相崎桃は
That's
存
the power
在
of
し
some
ません。
PS3s right there.
高岡ポロンは
ガイア内に存在します。
中野シンフォニーズ。
ガイア内に存在します。
Yep, just one person there that's not found. Asuma fell silent. He spoke again after thinking for a moment.
シケイダ3301のクエスト。
ガイア内に存在しません。
Really? That's interesting. That's a bit of a surprise. So, why are they not there? Momo not being there is, interesting in and of itself, but now we have that. Asuma's eyes lit up. This was what he had been looking for.
これは手がかりだ。あの女の正体を暴くための。
There are so many parties at work here that it's kind of ridiculous.
ガイアのエラーか。世界の歪みか。
At the end of this episode, excuse me, I definitely kind of want to lay out who we all know, or at least an idea of what all the parties are, their potential goals. We got to get some predictions out. This shit is getting fucking confusing.
この僕が突き止めてやる。
So I don't know if these guys are the bad guys, but they did have a connection with the Vatican, or something there happened in our first go around. 2 days had passed since Momo decided to go it alone. We had done some research into Cicada's IP address, but couldn't find anything useful. Cicada himself was still silent, with no new quests had been posted yet, and no new quests had been posted yet, if only I could fucking read. On account of being flooded with spam, Nakano Symphonies was on a temporary break too. I had absolutely nothing to do. We have a new save. That's why I decided to look into a few things. We have quite a few new saves. What are we looking into?
おう、来たか。ハイハックの件ですっかり有名人らしいじゃねえか。
Yeah, just slightly.
俺はハッカーなんかで終わる気はない。困ってる人を助けるヒーローを目指してるんだ。その第一歩ってところさ。
Parts of this suck though. Not being able to go back home because I had been doxxed.
今日はジョーちゃんは一緒じゃないのか？
Man arrested for threatening Honda Airport, center of high hack. Why? Yeah, oh boy is one way of saying it.
見ての通りだ。
I considered telling him that she had left, but didn't see the point, so I kept that to myself.
それで、なんか新しい情報入ってない？バチカンのこととかさ。
俺が答えたら、お前からも情報提供があるんだろうな。世界をセーブするなんていう冗談はもうなしだぞ。
I mean, that's kind of what happened. We can lay all that shit out for him if he really fucking wants.
ああ、真面目に話してやるよ。
Yeah, we can tell him about Juno. I mean, he's heard the name. We know that for a fact. I'd tell him that my world saving and loading was no joke. I hadn't had the chance to explain it in depth, so this was a good opportunity to level with him. Maybe he'd actually know something about it.
前に話した時、軍の連中がバチカンの人間にジョーちゃんを引き渡そうとしてたって言ってたな。
Yes, which was a really weird one.
ジョーちゃんの捕獲要請があったんだろう。
Damn, they got some fucking power.
特殊作戦軍は政府からの命
And
令を
not
受
just
けたに過ぎ
physical
ね。
power or anything like that. No, they got some fucking political power. They have some fucking pushing and pulling.
なるほどな。
All the different factions showing up had me kind of confused. Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's exactly where I'm at. But it looks like the only ones after Momo were the Vatican.
肝心のバチカンの
And
目
it
的
still
は
seems
わ
like
からん。
that.
ジョーちゃんの話を信じるなら、世界の終末のためってことになるがな。
513政務室って名前に聞き覚えは？
なんだそりゃ。
Yeah, honestly.
表向きは存在しないことになってて。
513は最初の日ってとこか。
The what?
数字の意味わかるのか？
ファティマの予言を崇拝してる連中なら、ファティマの聖母が最初に現
That's what I
れ
was
た日
looking
を
for,
示してるんだろ
Fatima. Yeah, that's what I was struggling with. Oh, May 13th. Ooh. Virgin Mary Fatima, third secret of... Oh, okay. Yep, May 13th, 1917. I hadn't given a second thought to the date, but he was right. When it came to this kind of stuff, Oz really knew his shit, huh?
ジョーちゃんは
Yeah, he was able to piece
マリ
that
ア・ファ
together
ニーに
really
ついて
quick.
何か言ってたか。
The what?
なんだよマリア・ファニーって。奴らが日本に来たらおっさんなら分かったりする？
難しいだろうな。
Yeah, which is probably why they're already here now that a few days have
素性
gone
なん
by.
ていくらでも隠せる。それにすでに潜伏してる可能性だってあるんだ。
I mean, if this holy office is a group that operates from the shadows to control the Vatican, then fucking yeah, they're not going to be found out about as they enter
た
Japan.
だ国内で不審な動きがあれば知らせてはやれる。ジョーちゃんを守りきれるかどうかはお前次第だ。
Yeah, honestly.
オーズ、お腹空いたからご飯連れてって。
Well, that aside, it's that one woman that we saw at the end of the previous episode. That one stuck out to me. Who is this? I think she's like I don't know, she was from Victor Condria. Declining birth rate remains a concern. Glad that hasn't changed. MHLW announcement, 600,000 babies born in 2037, a new low. Well, when it's hard to afford a fucking house and, the world is, imploding in sorts of ways, then who wants to have a child? The office door opened up and Nono walked in, accompanied by a woman in a white suit.
来客中だ。後にしろ。
ん？そこの彼って。
ポロタン？
It is us. Nono activated her berry easy and then jumped onto its left, wheeled arm before rolling rapidly towards me. A moment later, she leapt through the air at me and headbutted me right in the solar plexus. Oh, the old classic solar plexus.
全然だったか。
It was just a few days. I was pretty sure only a few days had passed since we'd last seen each other exactly.
高岡ポロン。ああ、こんなに早く会えるなんて。
The woman in white was right next to me before I knew it. She was jumping for joy with a massive grin on her face.
あんた誰なんだ？
リディ・クマール、数学者よ。
え？
For an intellectual, she sure dressed with panache. I checked her profile to confirm, and sure enough, she was a mathematician from Victor Condria. Yep, right there. It says it right there. Born 2009. Wow.
ポロタン、クマッチョのこと知らないの？ SNS のフォロワーが1000万人いる有名人なんだよ。
Great. That's just fantastic.
すげえ。
この前なんかウェブ雑誌でモデルやってたし、
マジか。
歌手デビューもしてるの。
Wow, I guess everybody just has a little bit of everything when it comes to their professions, huh? A mathematician influencer. Glad that term is still around. I actually hate that term so goddamn much. A person who has influence over those around them, generally used to refer to people with a large online following, giving them influence on the internet. That shit's so silly. Like, just, if you're making videos on YouTube and you have a huge following, just call yourself a YouTuber. If you're a huge streamer, just call yourself a streamer on Twitch or whatever. Like, why go that far? Why use that term? I just don't like it, honestly. It just sounds silly. Not that the others are any better, but at least it's straight to the point.
世界に数学の素晴らしさを伝えることが私の目標なのよ。数学の伝道師って呼んでちょうだい。
You know, fun fact, I used to be a math major before I failed Calculus 3 and kind of woke up to the idea of, wait a minute, I hate math. I don't want to do this shit. So I pulled out and went for computer science. And then I realized as I was graduating, wait a minute, I don't like programming. I thought that the only type of people Oz knew were bureaucrats and officers and formal types like that, but this lady seemed pretty chill. I don't know what to think of her, to be honest.
なんで俺を知ってる？
Like, what is her point? Like, what is the purpose of this character?
クエストの事件や暗号に数学的興味があるの。当然、あなたの事件解決プロセスにもね。
The anonymous codes?
何か訳があるはずよ。
Well,
それを突き止めるため
we
に
can explain it, but
長期
nobody
休
will
暇を取
believe
ってき
us.
たの。
それどっかに発表するつもりか？
あなたが許可してくれるのならね。
No permission
基本
granted.
的には
You don't get
自分の
permission
知
for
的
any of
好
that.
奇心を満たすためだけにやっていることよ。
There's nothing intellectual
仕事じゃない
about
しね。
what we do either. Honestly, it's absolutely fucking bonkers what we got going on. I mean, sure, Pollon does use his skills to pull off certain things, but the overarching thing here is loading back in
リ
time.
ディは信用できる。それは俺が保証する。
わかった。信じてやるよ。
慎重なの、ね。
I mean, push come to shove, we do have a save
俺
like
が
right
評価す
outside
る
this
のもうな
office.
ずけるわ。彼とはいつから知り合いなの？
誰だそれ？
鮫洲薫。サイバー対策室の室長だ。
What? That meant he was the CFD's boss, right? I kind of remembered him indirectly helping me out with the high hack. Oh, him, okay. We haven't officially met him yet, but we've seen him in a couple scenes.
っていうかあんた警察とつながってるのかよ。一体何者なんだ？
質問が多いわね。
Eh, it's good to be curious.
そろそろ数学クイズに
And
参
dangerous.
加してもらいましょうか。
え？
O's and Nono's side.
始まっちまったか。
Oh, I'm so fucking on it. You guys are gonna be so surprised at how much fucking math I've forgotten. Okay, another fun fact. I actually started tutoring math before I graduated from college. And I was pretty alright at it. I liked tutoring algebra because I fully grasped algebra. Not that it's really that difficult in my opinion, but I had like a full understanding of it and felt like, yeah, I can dumb it down for people, make it easier to understand. I don't mean that in a very disrespectful way or anything like that. It's just, it's hard for people to understand all, you know, variables and graphs and shit like that. So, but you know, that's the first step before getting into all the crazy shit.
え？数学クイズって何なんだよ？
I actually used to suck at algebra when I was way younger. Ah, fuck, this isn't math. Suddenly an AR projection appeared in front of me.
閉じた3つのドアのうち、1つ
There are.
のドアの先にだけ商品があるわ。あなたならどのドアを開ける？
Well, I like to trust my heart, and my heart's on the left side of my body, so probably the left, but also, who doesn't like to, you know, go straight down the middle? Also, I'm right-handed, so I'd probably go left.
あら、聞こえなかった？閉じた3つのドアのうち、
No, we get it.
問題は分かってる。ただ急すぎて心が追いついてなかったんだ。っていうか、本当に数学の問題か？
I mean, it's probability.
勘で当てるしかないと思うんだけど。
この時点ではね。
So she wanted me to pick one first, huh?
なら、真ん中で。
God damn it, I wanted to do left, but yeah, middle's okay too. It was my second choice.
じゃあここで選ばれなかったドアのうち1つを開けるわね。ちなみに私は答えを知った上で不正解のドアを開けるわ。これで残るドアは2つ。あなたにはチャンスが与えられて、今からドアを選び直すことができる。
Well, I would have been fucking dead-ass wrong, so I'd probably stick with my choice.
選択を変えるか変えないか。商品を得る確率が上がるのはどっちだと思う？
Well, here's the thing. They both could have been, you know, a miss, straight up. They definitely both could have been wrong. We may have chosen the right one. So there was absolutely no way that she could have fucked up her part of the game here. So, I mean, it's 50-50. So this is where the math came in. Now, honestly, it's going to be 50-50 here. There's no other probability to it.
俺はドアを変えない。選び直したところで確率は同じだ。
答えはそれでいいのね。
Yes.
ああ。
I
正
would
しい
be
に決ま
too.
ってるからな。
残念でした。不正解よ。
なんでだよ。
これは俗に言うモンティホール問題。後から選択を変えた方が確率が上がるの。
What? How does that work? All right, game. I'm gonna fucking learn. I guess this is math. A probability puzzle based on the US TV game show Let's Make a Deal. Monty Hall is the name of the show's original host. When a magazine article discussed this puzzle, many readers rejected the writer's explanation based on probability theory. As such, the problem is famous for showing how answers intuitively felt to be correct are different from theoretically correct answers. That taught me nothing. That told me nothing.
嘘だろ
I wanted to refute it, but the interest said the exact same, or the internet said the exact same thing.
どう？数学って面白いでしょ。
No, this reminded me why I hated it. I don't like it. Honestly, this was kind of frustrating, and I didn't really know the specifics of her relationship with the police either. The internet said that the Monty Hall problem was really controversial when it was first proposed, and the lady behind it got tons of criticism. Apparently, it was also vital that the person presenting the problem open one of the wrong doors while knowing which one was right. It was a pretty old brain teaser too. I would have gotten the right door if I had known about it. Well, no shit,
そろそろ
duh.
話を戻したいんだが、
なんだっけ
Honestly.
お前から情報を出す番だ。軍に追われてた時、あの場所に俺が来ると知ってたな。いつから見張ってたんだ？
Good question. We know the answer, but we're gonna end the episode here. Your boy tired, honestly. But I wanted to try the game of life one more time. So, if I was looking at it correctly, if we treat the lines by 3, kind of like, wait, no, that wouldn't work. It'd have to be something like this. Well, no, that wouldn't work either. I'm trying to think about it. No, that wouldn't work. Hold on, how do I erase? I'd have to start over. It's weird because you want a space in between them. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I am brain dead. I was thinking of having, like, this center here basically be blank. You could have it like this. I'm trying to think of 3s. Oh, like this. Well, no, that would... Wait, nope, that would work. Like that. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. And then you have a center. But I don't think that's gonna... Would that do anything? No, it just dies. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't it. Okay, well, whatever. I tried. Okay, so while we save the episode here, or save the game here, end the episode here, I just wanted to briefly bring up our different parties that we have here. Obviously, we've got the symphonies. They seem to be all okay. I don't doubt anybody on the team, especially Cross. Cross is a fucking homie, and we all agree on that, right? Then we've got the army, which seems to... I mean, I think they seem to be, like, doing what's in the best interest for Japan, or at least that bald, muscled man. He definitely wants to do what's in the best interest for Japan, but at the same time, the army has to follow directions from the government, which is why they were working for the Vatican in that first mission that we saw them in. Then we have the Vatican and the Holy Office that's behind them. They seem to be the bad guys through and through. But then we also have this kid, Asuma, and whatever he's got going on here with the supercomputer and the company that is with him. And then there's that one guy that is also with him, which I don't know if I want to doubt him, mostly because he has a cool, like, sounding voice. Whoever the voice actor is, I think voices that one guy in Jujutsu Kaisen. So then there's also them. I don't know if they're necessarily the bad guys either, but they were also there, or were they also there in the first go-around? I don't remember. I do remember that they were around, though. Asuma definitely had interest in Momo, but that interest, he was told to drop it. Obviously, it hasn't dropped shit. If anything, his curiosity is running further and further. We have all these fucking parties, man, that it's just... This shit is crazy. And now we have another one that we can throw into the mix, and that is Juno. Juno and Cicada. I want to say that these two are in cahoots here. 100% think that they're in cahoots. Because, again, why is Cicada looking for somebody very particular here? And this someone would have to be, again, as I said, somebody that knows how these events are going to occur and knows specifically how to stop them. Because they're just so convoluted and crazy that in the restricted time frame, especially for this plane crash, man, there was just no way. And then Juno was like an obstacle to basically prevent any of that shit from happening. So you'd have to know about her too. So that's another one there. That's just a whole, there's just so much shit going on here, and it's a lot to consider. And obviously we've got, you know, the police, and we've got this guy here, Oz. We've kind of got like the miscellaneous characters that are kind of just vibing, if you will, kind of just mixed up in it all. But they could have a purpose somewhere down the line as well, who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw that all out there. No idea what to think. You can really just say that they're all fucking evil or some shit. Everybody's in it for their own interests or whatever. Yeah, I don't fucking know. But anyways, yeah, we'll call it there. Thank you all for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. And I will see you all in the next episode. Take it easy.